United States Highway 10, the Michigan side version, which is in the east of the route. This route travels across the state throughout its center, from Ludington to Bay City, but it doesn't start as a freeway until the town of Farwell in Surrey Township. So first we're going to talk about eastbound US 10 as a freeway. So from the looks of it, we're starting basically in the middle of nowhere, like how a freeway starts when it's normally a highway with 2 lanes only. Several miles down the road after that, we meet with US 127. It is signed north for the Mackinac Bridge, and south for Lansing, where US 10 is going to Bay City. To the left side, in the center of the 2 roads, there is the Michigan Welcome Center coming up. It is located in Clare, which is Michigan's dead center. Here is what the Welcome Center looks like. It's a bit different than the other ones in the state. The split of the 2 US highways is coming up, and there's some business routes of the 2 highways into downtown Clare, as you can see on the right side. Here is where US 10 and US 127 split. US 10 is going to Midland and Bay City, and US 127 is going to Mount Pleasant in Lansing. I'll bet you Mount Pleasant is signed because it is the next city, but it's also where Central Michigan University is located. This is interesting. We're going to the Isabella Indian Reservation. Ishkungening Bendijing. I cannot pronounce that correctly, apparently. Here's our first mile marker. Midland is at the top at 29 miles, and Bay City is on the bottom at 46 miles. And here's another mile marker with the same cities, 13 miles up the road. Now there was a time where there was like this lake here, which did look very beautiful, but unfortunately, it all got replaced by this ground. And now we're entering the city of Midland. Now US 10 uses Eastman Avenue to downtown Midland in this direction. And now we're only getting Bay City on a mile marker. It is 20 miles away. Now this is where east of Midland, US 10 business is going to downtown Midland with M20. It's a freeway, and since we're already traveling eastbound on US 10, I'm going to take you westbound on this business route so you can see it. M47 to Freeland and Saginaw is also a little freeway for just a short amount of time before Freeland. So I talked about in the 675 video that there are many roads to the MBS International Airport, and this is one of them. Also, I like how on this sign the letters MBS are spaced out like this. MBS. That's just funny and weird. Really quickly entering a very small city called Auburn. Before US 10 ends at I-75 and US 23. It's signed north for Mackinac Bridge and south for Saginaw. And the freeway will now continue as M25 into Bay City for a very short time before ending on some streets. Then after Bay City, M25 continues around Michigan's thumb. Alright, now we are going to be talking about westbound. US 10. Coming from any direction on I-75, US 10 is signed west for Midland. From Business 75 onto US 10, we get I-75 and US 23 south for Saginaw, and I-75 and US 23 north for the Mackinac Bridge. And now here's our first mile marker. Midland at 15 miles, Clare at 46 miles, and Ludington at 138 miles. Here's the M47 interchange again, and since we already used US 10 normal, eastbound, I'm going to take you on the business route with US 20 to downtown Midland. And here is the split for that. US 10 is signed for Clare now. We are going left. The business route only has 2 exits, Waldo Avenue and Saginaw Road. In this direction is Midland Center City. And here is a little look at downtown Midland at the best place I could use it from M20, where it starts to head over the river. Now when we go up the aforementioned Eastman Avenue, we now meet back up with the main US 10, signed west for Clare and east for Bay City. Clare is now 30 miles away, and Ludington is now 122 miles away. Up the road, here is where we join up with US 127 again, coming from the south direction. Here is another look at the Central Michigan Welcome Center. And here's where we split. US 10 goes west to Ludington, and M115 goes north to Cadillac. US 127 north is signed for the Mackinac Bridge, just like I-75, because US 127 will end at I-75. On the aforementioned sign, you saw M115. Here's where it exits for Cadillac. And here is where the freeway portion of US 10, Eastern, officially ends. But we're not quite done yet. If we jump ahead to Ludington, you can see that your car can be transported via a ferry over Lake Michigan from Ludington to Manitowoc, called the Ludington-Manitowoc Ferry, connecting between Michigan and Wisconsin. Using this ferry allows you to continue your journey with US 10 Western. And that's the end of this video for Michigan's freeways, and it was the first of the US highways. We'll get to more later. And as always, check out my channel, check out Control City Freak, and peace be with ya.